Alright, let's cut to the chase. You're here because something's not working. You're feeling that heat rise, that pressure build, and before you know it, you've blown your top. Maybe it's at your spouse, your kids, your boss, or even just the guy who cut you off in traffic. You see that fist clench, you hear that door slam, and you think, how did I get here again? It's a cycle, isn't it? A frustrating, sometimes embarrassing, and often destructive cycle. You feel that anger bubbling up, and it feels like a runaway train you just can't stop. Now, I'm not here to tell you that feeling angry is wrong. Anger is a human emotion, just like joy or sadness. But it's what you with that anger that defines you, that defines your relationships, and ultimately that defines your life. If your anger is controlling you, instead of you controlling your anger, then we've got a problem. And let me tell you, it's a problem that's not going to fix itself. You've got to be willing to look it square in the eye and say, enough is enough. It's time to get smart about this, not just mad. So, today we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to give you some real, practical tools. No psychobabble, no fluff, just straightforward strategies you can start using the minute this video is over. I'm Kashif Majid, and I'm here with you, and we're going to walk through 8 easy tips to help you master that anger. It's about taking back your power, making conscious choices, and living a life that isn't dictated by those sudden flare-ups. Are you ready to get real? Because I am. Let's do this. Alright, tip number 1, and this one sounds so simple, some of you might just roll your eyes. It's deep breathing, intentional, focused, deep diaphragmatic breathing. When you get angry, your body goes into fight or flight mode. Your heart races, your muscles tense up, your breathing gets quick and shallow. Deep breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural calming mechanism. So when you feel that anger starting to simmer, stop and breathe. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your belly expand. Exhale slowly through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, let the tension flow out. Do this 3, 4, 5 times. Focus on your breath. It's a foundational tool, a first line of defense against an anger explosion. Now, let's talk about tip number 2, walking away. Some people think walking away is a sign of weakness, like you're backing down or can't handle the heat. Let me tell you straight up, that's just plain wrong. Sometimes the smartest, strongest, and most strategic thing you can do in a heated situation is to remove yourself from it. It's not about running away from the problem, it's about creating the space you need to solve the problem effectively without causing more damage in the process. Think of it as a tactical retreat, not a surrender. When you're in the thick of an argument or when someone is pushing your buttons relentlessly, your emotions can hijack your rational thought. You're not thinking clearly, you're reacting. Your adrenaline is pumping, your defenses are up, and you're probably saying things you'll regret later, or hearing things that are just adding fuel to the fire. In that state, nothing productive is going to happen. You're just going to escalate the conflict, dig yourselves into deeper holes, and potentially say or do something that causes irreparable harm to a relationship or your reputation. So, what do? You step away, you create physical distance. This could mean literally walking out of the room, it could mean ending a phone call politely but firmly, it could mean logging off social media if that's where the battle is raging. The key is to disengage from the immediate source of the conflict. Say something like, you know what, I'm getting too upset to talk about this rationally right now. I need to take a break, and we can come back to this when I'm calmer. That's not weak, that's self-aware and responsible. This isn't about avoiding the issue forever, it's about giving yourself a timeout, a chance for your physiological arousal to come down. Tip number 3 is about calm communication. Many think anger gives them a license to yell and accuse. Shouting and aggressive language get you nowhere. It makes things worse and puts others on the defensive. Instead of a conversation, you get a confrontation. Angry words are like gasoline on a fire. Express your feelings calmly and assertively. Use I statements to own your feelings. Choose your words carefully and think before speaking. Chapter 4. Digging deeper. What's really fueling your fire? Ask yourself, what really made you angry? Sometimes it's deeper than it seems. Tip number 4 is about becoming a bit of a detective when it comes to your own anger. It's about understanding the trigger, or as I like to say, knowing the why. So often, what we think we're angry about is just the tip of the iceberg. That minor annoyance that sent you over the edge? It might not be about that specific incident at all. It could be a symptom of something much deeper, something that's been simmering under the surface for a while. If you don't get to the root cause, you'll just keep reacting to the symptoms. I want you to start paying attention. When you feel that anger flare up after you've taken your deep breaths and maybe stepped away, take some time for honest self-reflection. Ask yourself some tough questions. What set me off? Was it just that one comment, or was it the 10th time this week I felt disrespected or ignored? Am I angry about this situation, or am I carrying stress from work, financial worries, or unresolved issues from my past into this moment? Sometimes anger is a secondary emotion. It's a mask for other feelings like fear, hurt, sadness, or frustration. Consider keeping an anger journal for a while. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a notebook where you jot down when you got angry, what happened right before, who was involved, how you reacted, and most importantly, what you think the trigger was. You might start to see patterns. Chapter 5. Move that mood, the physical release. Alright, let's get moving with tip number 5, get physical. When you're angry, your body is flooded with adrenaline and cortisol, the stress hormones. You're literally primed for physical action, for that fight or flight response we talked about. If you don't give that energy an outlet, it can fester inside you, keeping you agitated and on edge, or it can explode in ways you'll regret. Physical activity is one of the healthiest and most effective ways to burn off that angry energy and clear your head. I'm not saying you need to go run a marathon every time you feel a little miffed, but incorporating regular physical activity into your life and using it as an acute tool when you feel anger building can make a world of difference. Think about it. When you exercise, you're releasing endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. You're reducing muscle tension. You're improving your sleep, which in turn improves your mood and frustration tolerance. It's a win-win-win. So, what kind of physical activity are we talking about? Pretty much anything that gets your body moving and your heart rate up can be beneficial. For some people, a brisk walk or a jog is perfect. Getting outside, getting some fresh air, and changing your scenery can be incredibly therapeutic. The rhythmic motion of walking or running can be meditative, allowing your mind to process things while your body works off the tension. It's a great way to get some distance, both literally and figuratively, from what's making you angry. For others, more vigorous or even combative style exercises might feel more satisfying when they're really worked up. Think about activities like boxing. Hitting a punching bag can be an incredibly cathartic release of pent-up aggression. Weightlifting, a high-intensity interval training, HIIT workout, or even just doing some fast push-ups or jumping jacks can help dissipate that raw energy. Chapter 6. The Peace Equation. Is this battle worth your sanity? Now for a bonus tip, and this one is a game changer if you really take it to heart. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Is this argument worth sacrificing my peace of mind over? More often than not, the answer is no. We get caught up in the heat of the moment. Our ego gets involved. You can win the battle but lose the war for your own serenity. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is choose your peace over being right. Think about how much energy you expend being angry. It's exhausting, isn't it? You have a finite amount of energy each day. Choose wisely where you invest it. Learning to pick your battles is a crucial life skill. It means being able to say, you know what, I'm not going to let this steal my peace. Taking control, your anger, your choice. So, there you have it, some real common sense strategies to help you get a handle on that anger. We've talked about breathing, walking away, communicating calmly, understanding your triggers, getting physical, and that all-important question, is it worth your peace? None of these are magic bullets and they all take practice, but I guarantee you if you start implementing these tools, you will see a change. You'll start to feel more in control, less reactive, and a whole lot calmer. Remember, anger itself isn't the enemy, it's uncontrolled, destructive anger that causes the problems. Anger is human, but control is a superpower. Follow for more mental health tips. This journey of mastering your anger is about making a conscious decision every single day to choose a different response. It's about recognizing that you have power, the power to pause, the power to think, and the power to act in a way that aligns with the kind of person you want to be and the kind of life you want to live. It's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. There will be slip-ups, but don't let that derail you. Just get back on track and keep practicing. I'm Kashif Majid, and I want to thank you for spending this time with me. Taking control of your anger is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself and for your relationships. It leads to more peace, more understanding, and a more fulfilling life. So, Take these tips, use them, and start building that superpower of emotional control. You absolutely have what it takes. Now go out there and prove it to yourself.